We were annoyed by you, but we tolerated you. What is it? Jotation. I can't even say it. Sari, I said, ooh.
I know, girl.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Survivor Season 50. We are discussing the finale, the live finale and all its things. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts and I'm a psychologist.
I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this finale episode of Survivor 50, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, and be in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Like, the biggest thing for me was the Jeff moment. Okay, I sat there in real time like, no, you didn't just ruin it. This whole episode is in the trash can. Like, everything. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, my mouth was on the floor when that happened. I was talking to the screen like, Jeff, you just spoiled fire making. But I was like, whoever on that teleprompter got to get fired, because I know he was just like reading, whatever was up there. But it's also like consciously.
But then he told him to take a seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, take a seat. That's what gave it up.
Yeah, but he told him to take a seat because he was rushing.
Was on the top teleprompter.
Yeah, whatever the cue was on the screen was him trying to figure out what was going on. Because remember when he came back up, he was like, I kind of rushed you. You were supposed to have more time. Like, he was supposed to get into more details about why he didn't practice. You could tell he kind of rushed his segment a little bit. And so once he said that, I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Like, it already, like, the people behind the scenes was trying to figure out how to do, like, what is it called when you try to fix some shit on the spot?
Yeah, I don't know. But they needed to bring the Big Brother crew, because, like, they out of touch. They out of practice. They ain't done a live tribal since when? When's the last time we had a live tribal?
I don't even know, but it's been eons. It's before 40. 40 might have been, was it 40 the last one?
We're about to find out. All right, so Google said it was season 39, so you were right. 40 and above. That's 5 years. 2019, yeah? Mm-hmm. Or something like that. Anywho, they out of touch. They out of practice. Yeah. Joe, all of them. I said Joe, Jeff and all of them. Mm-hmm. Even the camera was like boom, 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 boom. One time I was like, damn, they just not ready to run down them aisles, capture them shots. Right. So it was interesting. Yeah. But
they used to editing and chopping and screwing.
Right. But this is the thing that I wondered about. Don't usually they play the regular show and then only right before commercial breaks we see Jeff saying like, hey, y'all, we got everybody here. Look at who's here. Look at the audience, blah, blah, blah. They do all those teasers, but they don't actually sit down and do a full interviews and full shows until he brings that
it'll be the next episode
out, that urn out, and it's like it leads into the live episode, but like right before the commercials there are so I was like, maybe if they hadn't done all these interviews and things like that in between the actual episode, like might not have had the faux pas, but either way, it was interesting. The least intense I felt watching a finale.
Absolutely. Yeah. When all the guys were like, us boys want to go to the final three together, I was like, did we just go back 20 years? Like, what is happening here? Why are you all three okay with having this all male final thing? Like, it never looks good for anybody willing to participate in that, for the simple fact that they are all men. Not to mention, I did see that Tiffany, when she was on the red carpet and she did an interview, it was a Black reporter basically asking her what happened with her emotions and things like that, and why she was upset. And Tiffany basically was like, it didn't even show the real reason why I was upset. I was upset because when I was on the hammock talking to Jonathan, I asked Jonathan, why is he only coming for me and not for Joe? Like, we both have 3 immunity wins this season. And he was like, it's because you're a girl. Girls' average immunity wins, or the scale for women is 4, and for men it's 8, like in terms of the record. So she was closer to the record as a woman than Joe having 3 as a man in one season. And so that was the reason why, for the difference in looking at what 3 immunity wins was. So she was really irritated by that, as she should have been, because that's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, after she didn't win that immunity, which she was so close, it was just a wrap for her. It was just a
it
wrap.
was.
And so unfortunate. So unfortunate. I feel like they should have had her back. I feel like Joe one said he won't go say her name no more. Okay. He said he had a bond. They won that little thing together. Faking. I guess that's part of his line that he was talking about. What's his name?
He's a hypocrite.
Aubrey. Aubrey. I feel like Aubrey would not be there if Tiffany had not been her friend when Genevieve was trying to
in
get
the
her
very
ass out.
beginning.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that for me, the way Aubrey had shifted once she got her some friends, I just didn't like that.
And the wrong friends. The wrong friends. That's what it was. It was the wrong friends.
I mean, her friends was Rick and Christian and him, I guess is what she's saying. But then she let them go too. But
yeah, she was up Jonathan's ass. She was making friends, in my opinion, with the wrong ones and not the ones that had her back. And if it wasn't for Tiffany not winning, if Tiffany would have won, it would have been her. And so that's why I was like, why do they feel like... I was trying to figure out why Aubrey had the confidence to feel like that they would have taken her.
Yeah. Maybe it was because Tiffany had gotten upset at them. And so they were all like, let's get her off of camp before Aubrey. I don't know.
But I think that's dumb. Like even them trying to like she said, manage her emotions. I did not like... I was so irritated. I mean, like, up here with Joe talking about Tiffany and her reaction.
Hell yeah.
Because he had that blow up with Devins as a man. You was out there arguing, and from what we heard, from what we didn't see, it was at the top of your lungs. So there's that. 2, I don't ever want to see no black man participating in national television with other people, especially white people, about a black woman's emotions and how she is handling a situation, especially when Tiffany, in my opinion, she wasn't doing all that. She was being real. You said my name. The vote was going to be me. Right now, I don't want to talk. She clearly was already trying to separate herself from the group. She went and put her tarp out on the side. Clearly, she's upset. Y'all wanted to go poke the bear and talk to her. Now you're going to get the reaction of talking to somebody when clearly they're already trying to give themselves space from the group. And so I did not like that at all, Joe.
And everybody has done it. Like Ozzy did it. Jonathan ass did it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has gotten upset after the votes or whatever. And it's like, you can say whatever you want to say about it, but like, you know, it is what it is. Like they're paying for $1 million and then $2 million. And the closer you get, the more they
real.
can feel it.
Yeah.
You know? And on top of that, it's like everybody expresses emotions differently. They express emotions differently. And I feel like with Tiffany, like as a black woman, like I would feel like she doesn't have no support. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it can get a little frustrating, you know, especially because like they had just sent Sari out. And so it's like, yeah, this is sort of difficult, but.
And on top of that, I was thinking too, like, Aubrey, this was just you. And when this was you, like you just said, Tiffany came and had your back and said, hey, I want to work with you. And so, yeah, she should have returned that favor. I didn't like that at all. And I just felt like, just as the only 2 women left on the beach with these 3 men who likely, you know, just from statistics, brute strength, can beat you guys, right? Like, y'all need to at least be trying to stick together. That's how I felt. I would have just been like, off the strength
that's
of,
what I was thinking.
I don't want to see 3 men sitting at the end. We're going to have to figure out our differences and work together. And that happens in Survivor all the time. We ain't got to kiki and be besties at the moment. I still might need some space. But when it comes to strategizing about how we going to get to the end, we need to have a conversation and keep it pushing. So I didn't like that at all. And one last thing, the fact that Tiffany said that she was upset because of Jonathan's comment and we didn't see Jonathan's comment, I'm like, y'all went out your way to edit Tiffany as if she was the angry black woman, but we don't get to see Jonathan making the comment that made her upset. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Tiffany's reaction made me feel is that it felt like she was just like, fuck it, I'm mad, I don't want to pretend so that I won't be the angry black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, can a black woman be angry? I mean, can she? Like, you know what I mean? And so I feel like she just was like, F it. Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, she
And
was
she
like,
just was
F it,
like,
but you
I'm
you
tired. But
focus
no,
in
no, no.
on it.
I'm not saying that in as opposed to how they edited Jonathan. I'm saying it in addition and just like, because I do agree with you
Yeah.
that they did probably edit him in a way that I don't know. But overall, this was interesting. We haven't even gotten to our winner, which is Aubrey. And like at the beginning of the season, I had so much hope and belief and like in her. And I actually, this is an unsatisfying win, but out of everybody that was left, I almost was like, Joe, can I get a Joe? But I just felt like when Joe did Tiffany, didn't vote for Tiffany, I was like, I need them all, these two men right here, to get their comeuppance, and I need the cut cloth alliance that's been in the jury, like over there. I need they asses to get they pipe down, and so I think the Aubrey win does that. And cool. Aubrey should have won her season. It's like retroactive, with interest. So I was okay with it, but it was not.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was ridiculous too because Tiffany warned their asses. She said,
yes,
if she gets to that final 3,
that was the best thing about the Aubrey win.
Right. Says she got the story. She wins. And I don't know why they weren't seeing that. Like, there's no way I am in a season where there's a whole bunch of old school and middle school players on the jury. And I'm taking my ass to sit with somebody from that same era. Like, all of them resonate with the fact that it has been years. That they have put in years into Survivor. That right there is already a relatable concept. It's a relatable story already. You know what I'm saying? And all of them saw themselves being Aubrey. Somebody to come back for season 50, a monumental season. Everybody in the new era, they got their chances to come back. Maybe when we get to 60, y'all will feel it. Y'all will feel it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't there yet. Y'all ain't an Ozzy, a Sari, a coach, that's been putting in years into this show. Why the hell would y'all think y'all was finna win next to Aubrey?
Yeah, and I think also when you say that y'all not there yet, like Rizzo saying he's a giant amongst giants, I do think Rizzo's great, you get what I'm saying? But I also think that it's like 2 tiers to it, there's the Sari, Ozzy even up there. Even though Ozzy sucks at strategy, Ozzy is on the Sari tier level of player.
Of players, yes.
Aubrey, I guess, like, she like floating right between the middle tier and the top tier, in my view.
I don't even, it might be like stats and all that, but it's the fact that she has played so many times. Like, if you are a Survivor watcher, you know who Aubrey is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure,
you know who these people are who have played multiple times, especially her. She's been out there. Is this her 4th time or 3rd time? No, it's her 4th time. It's her 4th time.
Her 4th or 5th. Yeah.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she played back to back in the middle era. So it's like, you can't compete with that. And Rizzo, I do think Rizzo is somebody who has cemented himself in Survivor history. I do think that. I think he ain't up there because he ain't put that time
like,
in.
There's
you know
a level. Like, there's a Sari and them level. Ozzy and like certain people who played this season and just throughout all of Survivor. And then there's like those who are emerging, like D is emerging. You know what I'm saying? Rizzo is emerging. Like, I would say he about as great as D. Like,
they got 60 days under their belt. 60 days.
His energy is at D's level. She just happens to have the win. But like they said last night, like, there are tons of players who are great, and some of the greatest ones have never won. So just judging from the energy that he brings to the game, I would say he's at a D level, but not at a Sari, not at a Ozzy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that in that vein, like, some of them were not respecting the hierarchy. There is a little bit of one, and they just felt like they could beat her, especially because she was flopping around this season in this game. Let's get to her speech a little bit, or just, I guess, final tribal and how everyone's speeches went. But let's start with hers, because I thought her speech was okay. Her answering questions was okay. Like, it was like on the good side. It wasn't on the bad side of okay, but it was just okay, right? Like, some things I felt she said were not as accurate about her game. Like, she was just like, and I found my way, and almost made it seem like she pushed through and it's like, yeah, but she was nervous the whole time. I would have loved her to embrace that a little bit more. Like, I would love her to embrace that. Like, I played this game. I didn't find my footing. I was just awkward. I was just, moving through, but that's just the energy that I have. It doesn't mean that I can't win as someone who is just being myself. I'm a naturally nervous, one. I'm not necessarily the one that's going to connect with everybody in the room, but I found my people and I was able to stay within my authenticity and move forward. And I think that there's something endearing about that to say, because she was nervous, Nancy, all through that doggone thing, but she still kept calming herself down and getting herself to where she needed to go. So I felt like she acted as though she overcame so much of that, when in reality, I think she just continued while holding all of that,
Right.
And so I was, it was interesting, her speeches and her answers.
There's been a lot of conversation about how when there is a female winner on Survivor, usually the edit shows a man's game more. So it seems like the man was cheated out of the win. Yeah. There's been a lot of conversation about that. And so as the season was progressing, in the way that Jonathan was getting an edit, Coach was getting an edit, Colby was getting the edit, Ozzy, like everybody kept saying it must be a female winner because of the way these men are getting edited. And lo and behold, a lot of people from what I've seen online feel like Jonathan should have won. So they feel like the win was taken away from Jonathan. And so I am wondering if there was more going on that we just did not see, even in how she explained her game. Because as I'm with you, the way she explained it, it wasn't given, Victor, she got it. I literally was, when I was watching Final Tribal Council, I was like, Aubrey has it just off the fact of this jury. Like, she has to have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not about to give these 60-day players a game over somebody who's been on that stand for 150 plus days. Like, that would be a disrespect to the game. So
I wasn't as confident as you. I was sitting there like, Christian seemed impressed by the D blow up, and I was just like, this gives emotional, because while you out here worried about getting D out and getting Camilla out for retribution, your people went Emma effing home. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, or as Chrissy said, fell on the sword for you.
Yeah, the two of them, Chrissy and Stephanie, that whole, that's why I was like, Aubrey gotta win now, because they need that slap down, Yeah,
they did. But yeah, I am with you though. Like, I didn't think that her speech was like giving it. And so I do wonder if there was just more to her game, or even to what she was saying during Final Tribal, that we just didn't see because of how they traditionally edit when women win Survivor. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I wasn't mad at her winning, like I said, because it was just the best of both worlds. And I'm like, Joe ass, because for a second I was like, maybe I just want Joe to win. But then when he didn't go with the Tiffany, I was like, yeah, no.
Wasn't an ounce of a Joe win in my bones. Jonathan. Do you hear me? As soon as he was sitting there with Aubrey and Jonathan and Rizzo talking about Tiffany, I said, oh no, I can't root for that man ever.
Yeah, no.
Let me not say ever, but I really just did not like it. Like, that really, I was just like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, I was like,
he was so squeamish at Final Tribal. I was like, boy, you got a hyperactive bone, don't he? He could not sit still.
I didn't notice. But I did notice. I was like, when his wife came out, he's like, "Is this my beautiful tall ass wife?" I was like, "Why are you out here?"
She is tall now.
But I'm like, do you have an insecurity about that? Because like, why you just call her beautiful? Their height difference isn't that different. She is taller than him, but it's like, I don't know. I was like, if I was his wife, Don't be out here talking about my but I'm like,
even if he did have insecurity, you married him.
Yeah. So. But yeah, he during the tribal council, he had nothing to say. It's like, bruh, this is why you are here this time. Like, last time you were here because you did take yourself to the end, but nobody respected the game you all were playing, right? But this time you got to the end because everyone knew that they could beat you.
Yeah, no, honestly, as Sari, I said, ooh.
I know, girl. Yes, I was
like, said we had what we like to call a jotation. What was it? A jotation. I can't even say it. Listen, we all laughed at you, actually. You were the butt of the joke. You were the end piece of the bread loaf, baby. And we were annoyed by you, but we tolerated you. And so... yeah, you don't have anything to say, actually, because you are here off the backs of everyone else. I said,
yeah, no, It was that. Yeah, I was like, geez,
Sari was fighting for that Aubrey win, okay? And I wasn't mad at her. I was not mad at her.
Her and Tiffany, yeah, you could tell they was on one side. Cut Cloth was on the other side. I wasn't Coach. I will say didn't he was giving neutral in his questioning and commentary, but he voted.
He voted for Jonathan. Yeah. After he said, Joe will have my vote if he owns up to lying. I'm like, he did own up to lying, but you still gave Jonathan a vote. So, but very on par for Coach. You know what I'm saying? Coach, that was Coach all day, Yeah. So,
yep. Anything in tribal council that we want to talk about? There was a little moment between Tiffany and Stephanie?
When Stephanie was Rizzo going was like, on and on. Yeah, when Stephanie was going on and on about
like Tiffany was not having it.
Nobody should have been having it. And when Rizzo was giving her that look again,
he was like,
"Don't manage us, okay?" Because it was a correct question. Are you up here on a podium trying to sell the vote, or are you asking a question during the question portion?
Yeah, and she never asked the question. Council. But they do in the past. I don't know if this rule has changed or anything, but they do advocate, for the person when they do stuff.
They do.
So
they have.
It is what it is. But yeah,
I didn't take it too.
But I was glad that she didn't realize that, and she come back with nothing. She just was all like, like I do have a question. No question was asked.
Her and Chrissy, I was like, are they married women? Because the way they copping for Jonathan, honey, maybe. I would have an issue. Why you want that man to have $2 million so bad?
One can ponder, venture to guess. Before we get off of tribal, let me say a little bit about Jonathan's speech or his answers. Like I feel like he answered things well. I do think he answered things well. I do not feel like enough people were challenging some of what he said as maybe bad gameplay in terms of, like I said, getting out Camilla and D. It's like, that's very emotional. I'm not sure that they were coming for you. At that point, Camilla was looking at Rizzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, had she stayed in, Rizzo might have been the person who got by her. But either way, it is what it is. I think he did better than I thought he would do, for sure. And I think he was able to articulate that I wasn't just in here as a floater this time. I tried to do strategy. And I think that's the thing that's getting people to say like he was better or he should have won, is because he threw a little bit of strategy up into his game. But it's like, it wasn't a ton. But either way, I don't know. He played better. I just think the bar is like, these guys do something and it's like, oh, they did the greatest thing ever. And it's like, did they though? And was that the best? And how did you keep your people safe? And how did you maneuver? Or did Sari maneuver you in the direction that was best for Sari? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Did she blindside you and then you came back and still continue with her, So
I was like, Sari ran most of those votes. So my question would have been, tell me how you ran the vote without Sari's influence. Without Sari's input. Let me know what you did without Sari the whisper on your shoulder. Because without that, the way they was, again, we can go back to when she went to Exile Island. Everybody came back. What's Sari got to say? So
yeah, no, facts.
And they saying that in confessionals.
Yeah. I do want to go to let's go to Final Four, because we're kind of just working backwards here. Let's go to Final Four where Rizzo was making the fire. When I saw him crying, I was like, dang, Rizzo, how you come back here and then learn how to make no goddamn fire? But then I was like,
I didn't feel like it was bad for him.
It was 2 weeks. I was like, he did go just straight from one season to the other. So, but he also, 2 weeks is long enough to be able to learn how to make a fire.
You also were on the show for another 20 plus days and had plenty of ample time to make fire. You can keep coming to Survivor believing New Era is not about camp life. Cute. However, if you know you went out on fire, you best try and make a fire. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense. He got exactly what... And that was a side of me where I was like, it's the arrogance, baby.
Yes.
You was arrogant enough to believe you were not going to be back in this situation.
Yeah.
Which cool. A lot of times we manifest and things can happen, but if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Point blank period. So.
No, facts. But yeah, that was interesting seeing that whole thing play out again. With the Final Four challenge, lo and behold, Aubrey got one of these little, what's the machine called?
Commotion, something like that.
It's not commotion. It's something. It's like a
whatever it is.
Or a summer.
Oh yeah, Samotion. Is it
Samotion? Okay, yeah, maybe that's it. That might be it. Okay, but not. But yeah, she had one of them things. Girl was practicing, and so I would have said that in my final speech, like run it back.
I'm saying
y'all.
There are things that couldn't have been. We didn't see everything because when they said the secrets,
yeah.
When somebody asked, "What did you have secrets?" I thought that was going to be one of her secrets that she was going to say because she said, "I have a secret."
Yeah. But she said, "I ain't keep no secrets." But sometimes your brain a little frazzled. You're not thinking straight.
Well, they got that food before, so but that's probably still not enough. It's a whole bunch of fruit.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying that when Jeff ruined the episode, told who made the fire, right? I was like, this episode is horrible because during that little Samotion challenge, I didn't care who won. That was the least intense I have ever watched one of them little Samotion challenges. I'm usually always like, who dropping? I ain't care. The only time I cared was right at the end because I wanted Aubrey to go. Because I was like, Aubrey, I just really think I blame her the most for Tiffany's for not having her back, not having her back. And because I'm like, she helped you out very early in the game. So I did not like that. And so I wanted her to go. But then when she won, I was like, damn it, maybe I should have been paying attention. Because I didn't want this girl to win. And then after a while, I was like, no, this is the best result. But I was watching that whole challenge, not interested, no anxiety, no nothing. And so by the time he ruined the fire, I was like, well, I guess it's another challenge I'm watching. feeling nothing, empty inside. So
yeah, I don't know why Rizzo did that one. I'm sure if he ever comes back to play again, well, let me not even say I'm sure, because he might still have the same mentality. He thought even with him losing that he was still going to get picked to go. He had to have because, I don't know. Or maybe he thought if Joe and Jonathan won, they would have picked him. Either way, ain't no way I'm leaving my fate up to fire.
Right.
It's no way.
Yeah. So that's that. We also had before that Tiffany's departure and the challenge that she lost. I was screaming in here, yelling at the TV. I was like, girl, Tiffany. And I just knew she was about to get it. And when he won at the last second, I was like, whoa, that sucks.
Yeah, no, seriously. The gif where the girl is like bent over, she in the pink jacket with the glasses, and she like, that was me looking at the TV because I was just like, go Tiffany, go. Like, if Tiffany would have won that, I think she would have won the game. Well, there still would have been the last, immunity challenge and fire, but she probably would have been able to make that damn fire.
I wonder what she would have done. Would she have gotten rid of Aubrey? It seems like she would have, but also at the same time, didn't she be still there with those three guys,
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's like they definitely should have linked up together as the only, at the very minimum, as the two women left. They should have linked up on that and found some type of middle ground. And possibly I would have tried to bring Joe over from that.
Yeah, because you got to bring somebody. I kept wondering, was there a way to break Rizzo? But I was like, Rizzo sounds so dead set, but I'm like, bruh, you got, like, I don't know.
No, I don't think Rizzo would have.
No one's gonna get rid of Joe.
Yeah, I think Rizzo would have thought
silly. He don't recognize that you gotta make a move, bruh. You have no moves to show. I would have been shaming that man. I'd be like, you have no moves, but maybe shaming him in a nice way.
I would have asked him, do you feel like you could win against Jonathan?
I'm like, what's your game? What are you gonna say? What was he gonna say? Because what did he say? Nothing.
He said he sat back this time. He said he had to evolve his game and lie when necessary.
Look, bruh, the minimum amount of lying happened. the minimum.
Yes. And still like, got mad when people lied.
And it's like also the game. That's the thing where it's like simplistic thinking sometimes with this whole like honor and integrity, because they act like lying is the way you play the game in terms of like it's about lying. It's about strategy and doing whatever you need to fucking do to implement that strategy. It's not about lying. It's lying is a tool to execute your strategy. You get what I'm saying? At times.
But I'm like, give me a game where you are being honest. And I'm not talking about sports. We can go all the way to Scrabble, bitch. Like, give me a game. Monopoly.
Being honest in Scrabble. You're just not, I mean, you're not telling your hand, but you're being honest. You ain't cheating.
I mean, but yeah, I guess cheating is different. Lying isn't cheating.
No, true.
But there's a strategy. You ain't giving up all your cards. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You might try to make people think you ain't got a word or something like.
Yeah, no, that's facts. It's also weird to me as to like, what is it that they're saying that they're doing? What's your honor code? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Because you're obviously, I guess, having honor with your people. And so are the people who are against you. They're having honor with their people. So like, what are we talking about? Just because they don't have honor with you, they're not your people. So what are you defining as honor and integrity? Like, what are you defining as that? I'm just unclear.
Because it sounds like it's just being loyal. I don't even know.
But I being loyal to your people, those other people on the other side were not your people. They're being loyal to their people. Like Sari, loyal to a fault. She was loyal to Rizzo. That sent her ass home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
It's ridiculous. I hope we don't have any more honor and integrity folks in this game, because it makes it very hard. It's hard to watch, one, but as everyone said in this season, it's hard to play with. Don't nobody want to have to keep playing around you. And then they got to play around you because you end up being an easy person to beat at the end because everyone's irritated with you.
And when Emily was like, you got to run every vote through Joe, it's like, because they want to carry his ass to the end, that's why they had to run every vote through him so that they don't burn him.
Right, but that honor and integrity gaze, because if Joe was thinking like that, like if he was thinking with strategy, he could have said that and also said like, I made everyone believe like this was a easy way to bring me to the end. Like, it's all about getting here, and through that, y'all ran every vote through me because I put up a persona that made you feel like you had to. Like, he could have said so many things to make that stronger, but he's still, I'm playing for my family.
Like everybody is. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the reunion looks. I really actually liked Aubrey's dress. I felt like it was fitting for her and her personality. I just didn't like the shoes. But to me, best dress definitely goes to Savannah. Savannah ate down. She looked good.
Savannah. I didn't even see her.
As soon as Savannah, as soon as Savannah walked out, I was like, okay. But I also saw the looks on Instagram, so I was like, okay, Savannah. I was confused. Charlie was in a suit, a bust down suit too, baby. It was tailored. It was nice. He looked good. Kyle didn't have on a suit, or he had on a suit, but a casual shirt, looking like a lawyer walking through New York. It was late. I don't know. And so did Q. I was like, why your brothers didn't step out for the reunion? But anywho, that was my main thoughts on the looks. Angelina also looked good. Angelina
really?
Also, she
I don't think I even saw her. It would have been nicer to have a little bit of more conversation with some of the other folks who had gone. Like I said, I didn't even pay attention to them because they did not speak.
They only talked to the people really who made it to, well, Jeff only talked to the people who made it to jury, which I didn't think was fair.
Yeah. He could have talked to some more people. Like Amber winning past, like people would talk, you know what I'm saying? They would say like, boom, 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 boom. What'd you think about it? Watching it, having, what, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They could have done more questions, but I guess I didn't really care that much, but that's been a trend, I will say, in the 30s. They kind of had these bite-sized segments, and they weren't as much talking to everybody, like I feel like they talked to people more in the old school,
definitely, because they had an actual reunion segment where they actually sat down and kind of went through each of the cast. The other thing that was new was the trinkets this season. Devon's got the coin.
Oh yeah, now, that coin gonna be worth some money though. That coin is worth. They be selling these Survivor things. I was like, that's
that will be.
Sari.
Ozzy got that shirt.
Yeah, dang. Well, maybe a couple thousand for the shirt. But the coin gonna be like, that's gonna be like a couple, maybe, tens of thousands, hundreds, maybe.
Yeah, definitely the coin. It's a Mr. Beast and a Survivor coin. I think that was like, out of everything that was given, was probably the best thing. Yeah. But the Ozzy t-shirt felt like a slap in the face, and so did that trophy. Like,
they better have some cash behind that trophy. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Give me something else. Give me the car. Why the hell are we giving Aubrey, the person who just won $2 million, a car? But somebody in the comments did say the person who always got the car back in the day was the person who won the last challenge. I didn't connect those dots, and so that's why technically the last immunity challenge. Aubrey won the last immunity challenge.
They lying. The person who won the car, I mean, not lying, but the person who won the car was always, it was just a random thing in somewhere in the middle, and then they never won the game.
I thought so. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they never won the game. So. Okay. Not they lying. Yeah, but they don't know their history.
Right. Okay. I was, it's been a while since I watched the season, so I was like, okay, maybe they're right. Didn't even.
But it's been a while since they did it. It's been back in the day. They haven't done it in a while. But I did say that I was thinking, and Aubrey was over there trying to be like, oh my God, because they had to. Toyota had to have a moment. Right. But this is what I was about to say. Jeff. Talking about, the producer said, how's she doing it when she's not doing anything? It's like, bitch, respect yourself, okay? Sari, what do you mean she's not doing anything? She's doing and playing a social game. She is influencing people to move in her way. She is endearing them and having them under her spell. And so I know he meant that as harmless, but Jeff be putting his foot in his mouth. Yeah. And it's annoying me. You know what I'm saying? Because he said something to Tiffany, too, that I did not like. Oh, yeah, when he asked her that question about
imposter syndrome.
Like an imposter, I'm like, bitch, don't ask me no question like that, okay? Right. Don't ask me no question like that.
Put some respect on it. I made it to top 5, ho. Ain't no imposter around here, ho. Like, please.
So I was like not feeling Joe. And then even at the tribal, Joe, like Tiffany's last tribal, Joe Jeff? Was like coming for her. Jeff, like Jeff, look, Jeff was kind of pushing back on her, talking about that's just the game, and that's the social dynamics. And it's like, you in this tribal, Joe? Like, right. Jeff.
Yeah. Or I would assume that's because they have a working relationship and not a relationship with you. It's like, okay.
All the stuff he said, I was like, whose side you on? You sounded like Stephanie at that last tribal council. Okay. Like you out here trying to like sway the vote or something, or what's happening? It was annoying. I ain't like it. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then the last thing we saw was that Charlie and Camilla will be on the White Lotus.
Oh yeah.
I haven't yet to watch White Lotus, but cute.
I tried to start it, but it was it was a little weird. But I'm not trying to say it's a bad show because I'm pretty sure it's good because there's plenty of shows that people say are great, and I've tried to start them, and
I mean it's on it's 4th season, so
yeah, and they love it. People love it, so they doing something right. We also saw though the preview for 51.
Yes, I'm excited.
It's interesting.
The marooning already have to start. I was like, yes, bring this back. I've been waiting for that to come back.
Really?
I love the marooning in the beginning.
Really?
Grab them supplies. I like to see who thinking about what, who getting what, who can swim, who can't swim, who already feels tired.
Dangerous to me.
Yeah, I've always wondered how nobody ever gets hurt in that challenge. Which is probably why they stopped doing it. But they said this was going to be the open air, so they bringing back every single twist. I guess we'll see a little bit of Exile Island. We'll see.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you bring back every twist? Or are they just bringing back the potential for everything? So, like, what if they're doing like a coin flip where it's like, boom, then they find out.
Who knows? We can assume all damn day. Who
I know
knows? I will say though, I was like, does that mean that they're going to be out there for 39 days instead of the 29? Because do we have time for all of the twists?
Yeah,
like, you need to make that bitch 39 days.
I think
bring back a 39 days season
would be nice. Yeah, because they didn't even did they give the fans the option for that this season? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that could have been nice for this season, but also at the same time it would have been that would have been nice for this season.
I agree.
Especially with so many people, but either way. Anything else on this episode that you want to, or this season, or anything?
Yeah, no.
Say sayonara for the.
That is it for Survivor season 50. Overall, I think it was a pretty decent season for a returning season. The rumors are that 52 is going to be a returning season, so we'll see about that and who's coming if that is a thing. They would be.
They probably bring Rizzo ass back.
He needs a break.
He does, but I could see it.
Take at least a year off. At least a year off. But that is it for this. Make sure you check out the rest of our recaps from the season. We will be covering Big Brother starting in July. We have Love Island starting up in June if you are a Love Island fan. So yes, check us out for those things. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. And we will catch you for the next show. Bye.
All right. Bye.